Hello, beautiful soul. My name is Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's start the reading. Feel like your person is now fully aware of the mistakes that they did. The mistakes, along the path, the things they should have said versus what they didn't. And I feel like this person wants to come in and wants to renew a situation with you. I just keep hearing that they want to make it right because they feel like between the two of you together that there would be some very bright future. Now, hiding at the bottom of the deck, you have jealousy, which is the snake. So there may be somebody around you or around your person that is going to be very, very jealous of your connection coming together. This can be an ex of theirs. This could be an ex of yours. But there is a heavy sense of jealousy, and I also get that people are watching you in your connection. Now, listen, it's funny because I was looking up something last night and I came across this quote in the Bible because I was like, what is a quote for like haters, right? Like in the Bible, like what does it say? And it said something to the extent of, people would love you. If people don't love you, it's because they don't love me. But ultimately, it's because I chose you out of the world and you're not from this world. I don't know. It was something really, really crazy. I'll have to link it when I find it again or have a screenshot of it. But there's a heavy sense of jealousy around you and around your connection. And I feel like, one, you naturally attract people that want what you have. Even if you have less than somebody, there's always somebody that feels like you're doing better than them or you get what you want. And I feel like despite the jealousy, despite the negativity, like there's somebody here that wants to keep you to them or they want to keep your person to them. It's on either side. It could be on both, especially if you're in a committed relationship and they're in a committed relationship. Like there's a heavy intensity where this energy is watching. I always say this though, with energies like this coming in, right? It means you're doing something right. When you have people that are naturally just not liking you, it's because you're doing something different than the norm, and you're elevating and you're shining in your own light, in your own lane. And when you're living in your life purpose, there's going to be a lot of people that don't understand it. There's going to be a lot of people that don't get it. But that's okay. There's a lot of jealousy because you're the star and because your person is choosing you over this snake. Well, it is what it is because for some of you, you are this forbidden fruit. That's why there's this heavy sense of jealousy around you because for some reason, people or this person believes that you and your person are not meant to be with one another. That this is a dangerous connection, that there is something about your situation that is not socially acceptable, whether you've been married for 20 years and now you're breaking free. Maybe your person is younger. Maybe they're from a different nationality. Maybe it's a different religion. Maybe it's going against what you believe and what your parents believe. But there's something very forbidden about this energy. And it's like people are talking about how the two of you really aren't meant to be with one another. but that's not going to stop this union from coming forward and blossoming into something very beautiful. And I feel like this energy is so toxic, but the toxic energy is not going to stop it. Because I feel like with this star energy, there's a level of hope to get the relationship off the ground and give it a fair chance and give it a fair shot, which I feel like this relationship hasn't had from the very beginning. And if you or your person had to end your current recent relationship in order to be with one another, it's like proving you guys are taking the necessary steps in the right direction, but I just feel like there's a heavy emphasis around a sense of jealousy. This could even be your friends or family that are jealous, or their friends and family that are jealous, because there's something very different. There's something that's changing. And what may not be acceptable to some doesn't mean that it has to be unacceptable for you and your person. For those of you guys that are in the age range, be careful about pregnancy. That's coming out here, getting pregnant, building a family. But also too, let's say you're not even in that time frame where you don't want kids or anything like that. This is about giving birth to something new, something that the two of you are creating together as one, whether it's a business, whether it's a home, whether it's a family, whether it's an idea, whatever it may be. There's something that the two of you are meant to create together and birth together as one. This somebody may want to come forward and have a conversation about working with you with something. This really does remind me as a Empress energy. I just get that there's a lot of very, I get like all eyes are on you right now. And part of the reason all eyes are on you is because like you're shining in a certain way, and I feel like your person is picking up on that energy, and they're realizing with you they have abundance. They're realizing with you they can create. I always say this, when the divine feminine and the divine masculine come together, it's something that's very beautiful. And when you're able to find your divine path with your divine person, what you're able to accomplish alone is going to be times 100 with what you can accomplish with your true divine person. So your person is really thinking about this. They're thinking about the art of creation. They're thinking about what it would be like to have this life with you. They're in a very nostalgic state, which is really interesting because the last time I did a reading on Wednesday, the energy was like kind of heavy, but I feel like the energy is heavy with your person though, because there's a lot of people that I feel like are coming in the way of the connection. Like there's a lot of energy that's trying to stop the connection, even if it's your person's energy that's trying to stop it for whatever the reasoning is. It's like, but I just get your person is tired of all the talk or all the chaos, and the noise is what it's coming in us. Unexpected noise, unneeded noise. And I think that the thing that you don't see, and just because it's not being expressed to you does not mean that it's not happening, right? Sometimes things go on behind the scenes that we don't know about, but your person is planning their next move. They're planning on reaching out to you. They're planning on having this conversation they want to make sure that, like, to me, this strategy energy, it's very Two of Swords. It's very, you know, Five of Swords, Seven of Swords. It's like your person is not communicating to you what they're planning, but they're planning something very, very special for you. They're planning this comeback, but they have to do it in a very methodical way because they have a lot of heavy energy around them that don't want the two of you together. So your person is being very, very quiet right now, and they're not sharing their plans with anybody. They're keeping their plans very, very close to their chest until they're ready to launch it, because I'm telling you, somebody is getting cut out here. They're cutting ties. They're separating from this negative energy. And they know that if they do not cut this toxicity out now, that there's a potential to lose you. But there is some type of clarity or some type of insight, especially some type of spiritual guidance. I feel like that's coming in here for this person, where they're sitting here feeling like there's this level of hope. But they have to give it a fair chance, and in order to give the relationship a fair chance, they have to make certain moves, and they have to remove certain energy that does not belong. Whether that's a friend, whether that's a family, whatever it is, but it's like your person is no longer listening to the jealous energies around them. They're choosing to follow their heart, and this is an energy where they don't want to waste any more time thinking. This is somebody that knows exactly what they want, and they know that they have to cut out their toxic behavior, their toxic patterns, because it's for their highest good. And they're moving on from the illusions and the confusion of, that the two of you can't be together, and now they're coming up with all the reasons with why you guys can. And I feel like with this person, part of the thing that kept them apart from you was that there was a heavy intensity between the two of you. But this intensity was different because I feel like your person felt them losing themselves in the connection with you because of the intensity. That's why your person felt safer hiding. That's why it was easier for them to hide their feelings for fear, because they didn't know what was gonna happen if they lost themselves in you. Which is kinda crazy. By the way, if you haven't already, please make sure you like the video and you subscribe to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also to check out membership, man. There's gonna be a link in the comment section. We do daily videos of daily reads, spirituality, love, career, money, whatever, zodiacs. It's pretty dope. And we're creating our own little family there, so the link for that will be in the description in the comment section, and also at the end of the video. But I also get with your person, they felt safer watching you from a distance because that's where they could kind of control the narrative. But I get that it's like they want to be close to you. They want to talk to you. They're realizing that there was somebody here. This third party, look, is a habitual liar, and they're extremely toxic, okay? If there is a third party now, third party doesn't need to always mean a romantic situation. I mean, think about it. How many times have you guys had a friend that was a friend to your face, but behind your back gave you bad advice because they didn't want you to move forward or whatever it is? This third party, whoever was in here interfering in your connection, your person is realizing, first of all, how toxic this person's jealousy is, okay? How they're acknowledging that it's not good for you and it's not good for them, and that this is a very low vibrational energy, and whoever this energy is, they're acknowledging that they lie. This could even be a friend that they got advice from. For some of you, there was somebody that said that they knew you, and it wasn't even true. But it was just said in order to keep your person from no longer coming forward towards you. But there's something that's been exposed, especially with this star card pertaining to you, which is why your person is like, I'm done with the toxic energy. And for some of you, your person was lying to you about their situation. They were lying to you about what was really going on behind the scenes because they didn't know how to move forward. Now, is that right? Absolutely not. Because I believe, and this is just my personal opinion, but I don't like people that lie because I feel like it's weak. If weak individuals lie, if you did something, you stand in your convictions and you let it be known, right? I lied, I wasn't honest, I made a mistake. Okay, well, how do we move forward from here? So, your person, believe it or not though, if they were able to be impacted by this jealous, toxic, habitual third-party energy, it's because they were in that energy. It was because they were in that vibration. That vibration wouldn't be able to penetrate in their atmosphere or even penetrate their mind process to skew the way that they were thinking if they were in an elevated vibration, because if they're in an elevated vibration, they understand where you're at and they have the ability to look down and have a sense of discernment and have a sense of foresight. So this is all being cut out, whether it's your person that's a liar and being very toxic, the third party, whatever was coming in between and interfering, friends, family, an ex-lover, whatever it means. But you have somebody here that was relatively delusional about the connection between the two of you, and I feel like it was this jealous energy right here. But there's somebody here that's losing control. I don't know why that's coming in, but it is. Your person may reach out to you with this phone call or a text message just to kind of test the waters. Before they make this big leap towards you, they may want to see if you're still interested and open, because I feel like this person is scared that you're going to reject them because you're over here, right? This is kind of like Queen of Swords, like come near me and get cut, that type of energy. But they're worried. They're worried, is it too late? Are you done with them? Will you ever forgive them for what they've done? And I feel like this person is very, very overwhelmed right now with their emotions because there's something that's being illuminated about somebody in their life that lied about you, or that lied to keep this person stuck in a negative, toxic energy. So whatever was being communicated, your person was really overwhelmed because they didn't understand what was really going on. And remember, the intensity between your connection, it had already scared them. So they were already looking for a reason to run, because you're dealing with the runner, you're dealing with a track star. But what's funny is when your person comes chasing you, you may become the runner, because once you get what you want, that's also scary. Because if we're attracting emotionally unavailable people, more than likely there's something about us that's emotionally unavailable as well that needs to be healed. But see, people don't want to have that conversation. A lot of times we point the finger at our person. It's you, it's you, it's you, it's you, it's you. But I think that with these connections, the main thing that people forget is that these connections, especially for the collective, it's meant to teach you how to love, but how to love yourself and how to be able to realize that you do deserve love. And your person, they're meant to learn that how to love correctly. So by you showing them how to love, they're able to love you back the way that you need to be loved. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time with this healing, but I feel overwhelmingly with this energy that your person is no longer confused. There was a sense of uncertainty where they didn't know what to do, and they resisted this connection because their higher self was scared, or they weren't listening to their higher self. They were listening to the lower vibration, and being with you would mean that something would have to change significantly. But this is all about timing, and I feel like the time is now. There was a major shift in either September or January, September of last year or January of this year. And it could have been, around that 111 portal, that something major changed where this person is sitting here acknowledging that you are their person. You are their person. And being without you, it makes them feel like they're not in a good place. It makes them depressed. And as much as they try to stay away from you, they can't because they crave you. And then on top of it, they're jealous of anyone else that's around you. It could drive them crazy. So yeah, maybe you guys are this forbidden fruit. Maybe being with you would break some type of rule. Maybe it will cause controversy, but they're ready to break whatever social norms the two of you have with one another, because they're going through this energy where you have this cut through energy. You have cut out and you have cut through. They're beginning to understand, they're beginning to have this emotional clarity come to life within this connection, and they're acknowledging that the passion that's shared between the two of you is meant to be. You have somebody here that finds you very attractive. This is somebody that's ready for this new energy. This is somebody that is hypnotized by who you are and by the energy that you project. And I think that with this person, they're in this energy where they have chosen. And it's because you feel like home to them. Look at this. They have chosen no interference, focusing on one person. Because it's a new beginning. And there is more of a fear of loss, of losing you, than the fear of the unknown. And no matter what is being communicated or what is being expressed over here, that doesn't matter. That's no longer this energy that your person is sitting in. Alright, let's get into it. I'm going to use the Neon Awakening Volume 2 for this. It is available on my website. And also, if you're international, it is on Etsy as well. Alright, what messages do you have for the collective? It's really interesting with this heavy jealousy in this person, third eye chakra. See, the thing about your person right now is that In the past, there was a lack of direction, okay? Their third eye was blocked. With that lack of direction, they were being overly rational and they were trying to make everything very, very logical, and they were in a confused state. Now, your person is breaking free from that, and they're in this energy where they're using their intuition, they're using their foresight, they have this mental clarity about the strength that's needed and necessary in order to move forward. But it is going to take a sense of courage on their end. It's going to take a sense of confidence. But the one thing that you can count on with this person is intuitively they now understand the raw strength and the raw emotions that comes with being with you. This person has been keeping a lot hidden from you with the way that they feel pertaining to you. They've hidden it. For some of them, you've not even heard from this person for a period of time, and it's because this person is purposely holding back because they're not 100% positive with what's going on with you, or if you're even going to be willing to take them back. You cannot see a reflection in boiling water. Similarly, you cannot see the truth in a state of anger. When the water calms, clarity comes. I feel like with your person, there was a lot of frustration in general, and I also think that with your person, they felt like you were angry at them for the way that things have gone. So maybe there was an exchange of words. Maybe there was some type of conversation that upset you and upset your person, but it's like, the more time that passed, the more calm that things begin. This person is able to see their reflection. This person is able to think clearly with whatever is going on right now. And I also feel like too, though, to be honest, I don't think that's a coincidence that she has her third eye lit up in this card. But aside from that, this other energy that was very jealous, they would say things to get this person angry, not realizing that when they would trigger this person, it was stopping this person from really seeing the truth, from using their intuition, from moving forward in the right manner. I'm also getting with this energy, love beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, and endureth all things. Like your person is in this energy where they want to experience this divine love. They're tired of remaining quiet. This is somebody that wants to come up and express to you how they feel, how they love, how they believe in you, how there's this hope that the two of you are going to be able to endure this connection together as one, and that they're going to be strong enough to be the person that you really do desire because they feel like they've let you down for some reason, or they feel like they've not necessarily moved with integrity at all times. And when you would mention certain things to them, it's like they would blow it off because if they really processed what you said and the way that you made them feel, it's like they would feel a certain type of way about them. So it was easier for them to not acknowledge it. It was easier for them to discredit it or discount it. This person is in this energy where I love this card. First of all, can we just acknowledge how beautiful this card is? This is one of my favorite cards in the entire deck, the Hermit card. But it's like they needed this time. It's like they had to separate themselves and go into this introspective state. And they're being guided right now by the Most High. And in this sense of solitude, your person is able to see the inner truth inside of your connection. But that only came with this art of detachment. Now all of a sudden, you know why they're able to understand? Because they're able to understand themselves. They're discovering who they are and not what everybody is telling them that they are. This is such a beautiful energy coming in for your person. It's highly elevated. It's very intense. But it's like, you want to know what's weird? It's like I could feel it in my core. I could feel it in my stomach. I could feel it. Like the last reading, it was intense. Almost felt like I couldn't breathe, but this is different. This is this person gaining the strength. This is this person acknowledging, I know who I am. I don't need anybody else to tell me who I am. See, that's the beautiful thing about the Hermit. The Hermit doesn't need validation. The Hermit doesn't need a compliment. The Hermit doesn't need other people to buy into what they're doing, because the Hermit is on their own mission. They're in their own plane. They have their earpods in. They're not listening. They're vibing to the own drums, the own beat of their drums. And through this sense of detachment, through this sense of isolation, it's like this person can now see very clearly. She is clothed with dignity, she's clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. This is your energy. See, when you've held yourself high in high regard, when you've done the right thing, when you didn't have to lie, cheat, and steal in order to get what you want, you're able to sit there and have your head held high and smile, and you can look people in the eye and know that you've done the right thing at all times. This person in this Hermit energy is beginning to realize, especially with this justice, that you bring in this sense of balance. And that there is this major truth to who you are, and the fact that you never tried to change this person, you just tried to elevate them. And this is somebody that wants to come in and has made a decision here, and has made the decision to provide a sense of stability inside of your connection. Wow. Especially with Mercury coming forward, there's heavy communication, especially if you guys are dealing